Oh no, I forgot to move the camera. Give me a second. Hello, chart. How's it going? Been a little hectic tonight. Hello, how's it going? Yeah, that works. We're good. You never saw a thing. Hello. Um, we got some new stuff in this list. First of all, thank you everybody for watching me instead of the debate. Um, if you didn't know that there's a debate going on, good for you. Anyway, so we got some things that we're playing around with here. Um, I guess two things mainly. We got this good old card, Emperor of Bones. If you are a follower of Mr. XJ Cloud on Twitter, you have probably already seen that he trophied with a D&T list with this card in it. Innovation coming from our friend Hovermere, also on Twitter. This card is very interesting. It does a lot of cool things. As we can see, it's just taken the Bowmaster spot right now. And I think that makes sense both because it's a black 2-drop and because Bowmaster has not felt like a very powerful card lately. Obviously, there's a lot of text on this card. I don't necessarily want to just read it out. I'll hover over it. You can read it for yourself. The basic idea is that this seems just like a pretty reasonable card in most matchups. Like it's it's not formal wear, but it's good for reasons similar to formal wear. In addition to just like you know, there's basically no decks where a graveyard doesn't matter. You can reuse Solitudes with this card, which is pretty sick. It also just is a 4/4, which is we usually have to spend a lot more mana to get a 4/4 into play. So I don't know. This card just seems cool. We're gonna try it out, and hopefully do some real sick shit with it. In addition to that, the sideboard over here looks way different. We can see we're playing 2 Fairy Macabres, we're playing a couple Surgical Extractions, we're playing even a second Lion Sash. I'm playing a whole 2 Path to Exile and only 1 Battle of Bywater. All this is very in flux. This is kind of me testing some assumptions that we've had about. So the fact of the matter is, Scam is like so much of the meta that like so many it just determines so many of your deck building decisions. And we're having a chat last night that like maybe we've gone to kind of like challenge whether Leyline is even good against Scam anymore, specifically because the Psychic Frog is just a fucked up card that solves. It just makes the deck have like there's like no single card that you can play against them that's always going to be good, because Psychic Frog just covers all their weaknesses. For that reason, we didn't really want to have ley lines in the deck. Also, not only because of Psychic, like we both have Witch Enchanters in the deck now as part of the mana base, and you also want to keep Skyclaves in post board because you need more answers to Frog, which means that them making you discard your Skyclave and then reanimating it to kill your Leyline is a thing that can happen. So nice graveyard tape package you came up with that. It may be said chatter. I'm not gonna lie. So we're just gonna try no ley lines. Any hate that has to be in your hand is specifically bad against Grief, but it's mostly fine everywhere else, and it's like at least a bit better against like the Entomb starts that are more concerning, I suppose. So we'll see. And also just Surgical isn't great, but it's better than Leyline against the rest of the format, generally speaking. I'm still also playing the 4 white Orchid Phantoms in the sideboard for matchups where I want to be doing that kind of thing. We'll see. I threw a second Sash in here because I think we need like a density of graveyard hate. I really liked Sash. It's one of the best cards to draw in the mid game against Scam, but I didn't really feel like I had room to put a second into the main deck. So I just put one in the board. And the paths, again, the reason to play Path over Battle right now is because of Psychic Frog. Battle of Bywater used to be a Plague Wind. Now it's not. It doesn't kill basically the one card you absolutely do not want them to get to attack with. So yeah. So we're gonna try it out. Now, obviously, I just said like 10 minutes of things that we changed that I'm trying that mostly have to do with playing against Scam, and we'll see, with my luck we'll play against it 0 times, but that's the idea. It turns out Scam is pretty important in this meta. Last scene playing Reanimator, perfect. Scene ain't great, but I'll keep it. Oh, my opponent's playing Yorion. Never mind. Yorion with a sink into Stupor. Curious. All right, we're gonna bone. We're gonna bone real soon. Some might say phrasing, but that was intentional. It could be breakfast. What do I want to do here? I don't really want to play... I guess I just play Fetch Land and pass. There's a question of... I guess it's, do I play Fetch Land and cast a 2-drop? I think the answer is no. But I could? I'm not sure. I'm going to play Fetch Lands. And... I'm going to do something here. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to Step Forge. I'm going to try stuff out. I don't know what this is, so I'm just going to Culture Check them. And hopefully they play non-exile removal, and then this Emperor of Bones gets to go ham. Still nothing, huh? What does that mean? Alright. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. That is... Alright, let's start by getting this Cauldron to play, and then we'll see what we do after that. My friend, what are you doing? I guess I'm going to Surveil here. Yeah, I don't really need another land right now. Alright, they're finally cracking a fetch. Scrublands. Whenever weird games play out like this, I always think my opponent is going to somehow kill me out of nowhere. Oh, I am... What? I am also very afraid of that. But why did my Stoneforge get swords? Okay, that's why. So I'm playing against Esper Vile. That makes sense. So they are going to take my Cauldra. I guess there's no reason not to just put Emperor of Bones in now. Opponent with Tomb, Swamp, and they go Ritual Helm, Voidwalker active. Yeah. So this seems like a pretty good opportunity to just recruit for Wisp and get my Cauldra back. And I can start with the Thoughtseize to make sure that they don't have a force for it. Does that seem good, chat? I guess I just get rid... If I get rid of the Teferi, then I can recruit for Wisp and then Wisp out my Cauldra in my end step, and then they can't even Gilded Drake it back. They could, like, Gilded Drake Ephemerate, I guess, to take parts of my board, but, like, I don't really care about that, I don't think. I guess if I let them take Teferi, what does that even do? It doesn't really do anything, right? Like, they can bounce their Gilded Drake, but then they're just kind of dead. So maybe I take the Gilded Drake because it's, like, the easiest card for them to use right now. Gilded Drake is also... Hold on. Hold the phone. So if I Gilded Drake... If I exile my opponent's Gilded Drake, I can... Hold on. I can get it back with Emperor, get my... and give them the Drake that dies? Yeah, okay. Never mind. Alright. Science. Sorry this is taking me so long. This is fucking crazy. Oh, they can ephemerate the Drake. That's true. I think I'm still okay with my choice to take this. Oh, the Stream Decker. Oh God, sorry. I'm playing as. Why did my first match have to be against Esper Vile of all things? Okay. All right. I am going to exile the Drake so that I have the opportunity to do something stupid with it, but I'm just gonna attack. get a Plains, cast Recruiter, get a Wisp. I will still get my Cauldron back, and then they can do whatever they want, but it's not really going to matter. Where's my Wisp? There's my Wisp. Okay. Go to end step, activate Vile, put in Wisp. Get my Cauldron back, pass turn. Okay. Hold on, it's out of date. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm getting there. Hello? I'm exporting my deck list and Moto's crashing. Got it. Okay. Perfect, perfect. It's probably Bowmaster on the Wisp if I had to guess. Yep, okay. Oh no. Guys, Stream Decker's down. Stream Decker's unironically down. So, sorry, I literally can't update it anyway. Okay, there's the Teferi. Okay, they get their Gilded Drake back. I guess I can go ahead and F6 here while they're thinking. And see if I can refresh Stream Decker until it's working again. US East 1, no. Alright, cool. I'll take it. What do we want? Containment Priest is probably good. Paths are probably fine. I might fill in some space with White Orchid Phantom. This isn't really a Thalia matchup. Probably not a Batterskull matchup either, really. I don't think I want to really get rid of anything else. This is all probably good enough. To be clear, the White Orchids aren't amazing. They're just better than Thalias in this case. Yeah, this works. Yeah, it is not hosted on AWS. It's not US East 1, but it's still a good bit. This hand is... Jite is good. Swords is good. It's got good mana. Yeah, I'll try it. It's definitely not a stellar hand by any stretch, but it works. Deal. Well, someone let me know if Stream Decker ever comes back up. I'm going to focus on playing the game until then. Alright, they almost cast a spell, but then didn't. Let's run out of Lion Sash. Not really an important card in this matchup, so sure. Yeah, ping every 20. Yeah, exactly. See, you know. Maybe that was obvious enough of a Bowmasters that I was supposed to just pass. Not sure. It's like better against Bowmasters. I guess it's also not amazing against Teferi. Not sure. They have Wasteland in their deck. That's kind of insane, but okay. I don't really want them to get any cards off this Teferi. So I'll go ahead and do this. Also blocks the Bowmasters, forces out a removal spell. We'll see. Remember when I told my 2-year-old child to add her comments to the existing open issue? I sure did, and I stand by it. It's important to keep track of the open issues. Could try to go for Jite here, potentially. Attacking with the Orc army heavily suggests another Bowmasters, so they could get me there. Feels like probably not worth it to let them get me. Because then it's just, there's just a 3/3 in play that I got to deal with. So I think I'm just going to put Yorion in my hand here and pass. I'm not going to attack for the same reason. Lots of brainstorms over there. Okay. I will take one. Blue, white, white. Teferi? You're in a hand. Okay. Let's draw Thoughtseize. That'd be cool. That would be pretty swell, honestly. Maybe I was supposed to surveil there, actually. Still very clearly holding up a Bowmasters. But if I just let them... If I just let them Bowmaster, then that just means their Yorion turn will be better. So maybe this is a good enough reason to force the issue. Because if I cheat, if I let them put Bowmasters into play, and then they cast Yorion, then like I have to use the swords to keep this Skyclave from dying anyway. Yeah, we're gonna go for this. And they importantly don't have white mana up, so I don't even have to think about that. Don't think about a swords to plowshares over there. Okay. I'll take it. The fourth brainstorm resolves. Yeah, Everbone seems very cool. I never would have thought of it just like looking at the text, but I see why it would be good. This is our first match with it, only second game, so got some time to figure it out. All right, they have another land, so they could cast Yorion with Karakas up. Oh, they're a Satoru deck. Okay. Interesting. Well, that's kind of mean. It's not really what I expected to happen. I can... I could swords, but they have the Karakas anyway. So it's basically like discarding the swords to prevent one draw doesn't really seem good to me. Yeah, that resolves. Good to know they're a reanimated deck, so Sash is actually a valuable card. I'm going to Surveil here. If it entices them to use the Wasteland and I get to play my Karakas, that would be great. I don't really want another land here. I've got 5 already. Perfect. Cauldra is not really what I'm after here. I think I'm going to start by sadly learning my own Sash because I don't want it to get big and be able to block things. And now I can bounce the Satoru. Attack with Skyclave. Oops. Taking it. All right. We've got 2 more counters. Holding up swords. Got 2 ways to kill a Satoru. Yeah. We're chilling. Another Wasteland is pretty messed up, though. It's fairy again? Okay. Bouncing the Skyclave resolves. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of this Teferi again. That's fine. What a headache this matchup is. Always got to start it off with a real slow one, huh? Another Teferi? Can you get off of me? What is going on? That's the third one? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take 5 here. I'm gonna try to surveil for something. I'm not even sure what. Is this Satoru? Sure. There's really nothing to Emperor back right now, so I gotta find something else. Okay, I guess I start with Skyclave once again. If they try to bounce their Satoru, then I can use 3 GT counters to kill it. And I'll go ahead and equip for blocking purposes, since I'm not going to be able to cast any spells on my turn, or on their turn anyway. They can Yorion if they want to, but it's not really going to do much. Gross. Oh my god. Stop wastelanding me. I'm gonna kill the Bowmaster now. Another Satoru, okay. Get an Emperor. Go to beginning of combat. I'll get a getting a Bowmaster here actually is not that bad. Yeah, this actually kind of works. It's not like amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but is your last card another Swords? Jeez, okay. So the last card is Yorion. I can't kill the Satoru because of the Teferi. I think I just have to kill 2 illusions so that I don't die. Yeah. really needed to find something to deal with this Caracas, but never did. Yeah, we're out of here. Okay. I don't think I change anything. Maybe I want a sash, a second sash, because they had reanimate. But I don't know what I would cut for it. I haven't actually seen a Vile in their deck, although I assume that they have them. But maybe it's fine enough to do like this because we still have Witch Enchanters for Vile answers, and we clearly don't need that many. Emperor of Bones is also notably like kind of mid there because all of their removal is exile. Maybe that means we can like shave an Emperor for like a White Orchid Phantom potentially. I'll try that. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, we boning. Bone Zone established. Now they finally have an Aether Vial. Let's see, what do we got? I'm probably just gonna surveil here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We at least have an answer for the vial if we want to cast it next turn, which we probably will. Oh, one lander, huh? Yeah. Okay. I had a feeling when they cast that vial that that's what was going on. Just had a feeling in my gut. I would love a Stoneforge. Yes, thank you. I'll start with this potential game-ending Skyclave. They have Force. I can try it again. They pitch Satoru. Okay. You are very clever. Okay, they do have Grief in their deck. This is kind of gross. I think I'm gonna Vial in the Emperor because it makes... Yeah, I'm gonna Vial in the Emperor. Because it makes taking the Stoneforge feel a lot worse. I guess either of the creatures, really. Goodbye, Stoneforge. When you put the Emperor in place, and you say, like, it's bones o'clock? Maybe. I'm still figuring out the rules. Well, that's really frustrating. I don't like playing against Esper Vile. I feel like every time their deck works, it's just like the most annoying thing in the world. Let's just draw a Flicker Wisp. Not quite. I also don't have another lands to cast the Witch Enchanter. Very annoying. And if they... Ugh. So I pretty much have to kill the Emperor because otherwise they're gonna Satoru. They're gonna get a draw off of Satoru and kill my Vile. God, this blows. I hate this so much. All right, we'll start with this then. This just has to happen. I'm gonna keep my Vile on. Or I'm not gonna play this because I want to Vile it in to kill their Vile next turn. Yeah, you can get your Gilded Drake back. Okay, we finally have something good to do. What am I getting with this? Should probably just get a Solitude, honestly. Yeah. I think I like Solitude. Yeah, cool. nothing else. They might have to use a real card to kill the Gilded Drake to protect the Teferi, but we'll see what they do here. Animate Dead, targeting Grief. Okay, sure. Never mind on Solitude. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm going through it right now, yeah, let me tell you. I also just want to draw Caracas ever, but apparently cannot. Apparently that's illegal. I would really rather save this for when they put Yorion in their hand, but I can't even afford to right now, so... yeah, I'll take the Brainstorm. My next couple things I intend to not be counterable anyway, but I really need to draw land. Because I just keep getting wastelanded too. I had a feeling they would draw the perfect card too. Yeah, I hear ya. Okay, we got something. Literally begging for Yorion to be able to blink cards that you own but don't control. Stop. So you're gonna wasteland me or not? You know what the card is. Great. Well, they can't use the Yorion yet, at least, but... Okay, Animate Dead with Yorion is in fact incredibly gross. This is like the one deck in the format that gets to do it. Yeah, that makes sense. Since when does Satoru have Menace? I hate Menace so much. All right, we're out of here. Whatever. That was insanely frustrating. Trust me, I know. I know every black creature has Menace because I complain about it all the time. Creatures your opponents control have Ward or Menace. Yep. Yeah. Correct. Well, only black creatures. And blue creature sometimes. And I guess one red creature. All right. Love to tilt off match 1 into a 0-lander. Love it, love it. Sand is kind of whack, but we'll keep it. Putting back a land. Put back the Caracas, I suppose. Tundra Ponder could be breakfast. Could be, it's unlikely to, but could be a beans deck of some sort. They have not been very popular lately. I did play against Jeskai Control once last week. They did shuffle off that Ponder, so maybe should have just wastelanded them, especially once we drew the 4th land there. Yes, I wish I wastelanded them. Okay, got it. That's what's going on here. Yeah, I wish I wastelanded them. Bummer. Okay, I think that is reason enough for me to Solitude pitching the Skyclave because I have Lauren as a backup. Okay, Forest pitches the dress down. Because I want to make sure that I get to my 3rd, I get to 3 mana, I'm going to play the fetch over the Wasteland. Deeply fun to me that Stifle Knot plays 3 Stifles now. Yeah, I've seen some lists that just don't have any. They just have Thrall and dress down and play like no actual Stifles. No idea how like good that is, but oh yeah, we should have fetched. You're right. Yeah, we are dead to Stifle either way. Cool. Did we get there? Or do you have Force or another days? Or another Force or days? Looks like days. Huh? The Thrall. Okay. Yeah, sure. Just literally can't ever beat that. Nothing to do there. Want some extra removal. What do we want here? The Thalias range from okay to terrible. I don't think White Orchid Phantom. I think Thalia is better than White Orchid Phantom. I don't think we want to cut anything else. Maybe we cut a Sash instead of a Thalia. I could see that. And just do this. Yeah, notably that game was like unlosable if we just wastelanded that Ponder, which I feel kind of foolish about. Yeah, this looks about right. This hand's great. And also, their turn ones are not that gross, which means that we get to play Vile on turn one. The only good hate bear they've printed in years, and it's the one that specifically hates D&T super hard. Yeah, they need to figure out how like a different type of 2-drop hate bear to print, because they've basically done that like 7 different times. Tempted to fetch a scrubland there, so the second fetch can surveil, since Thoughtseize after getting wastelanded is pretty fine. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. Wrath of the Skies is an interesting card to have in your I play a 1-drop. I cheat a 1-drop into play deck. I have a dream of getting to put this Null Drifter into play uh with Emperor of Bones. I don't know how real that is, but I think it is probably the take. It's the only card that really does anything. If they find like a Dreadnought, that's much easier for us to 1-for-1. Yeah. I don't draw cards, no, because it's a cast trigger, but it is Annihilator on a 4/4, so it'll at least kill something. Yeah, Thalia is randomly good versus Wrath. This is going to be a pretty solid turn to just Violent Thalia, play Caracas, and pass. Need to pay 4 mana to Wrath just to kill my Vile. They shuffled off the Ponder. Yeah, this works. Are you trying to Ponder again? You fool. sure. Excuse me. I think it probably 4 mana twice, and the second one can kill Thalia, and then we bounce it. Not really a card we wanted to draw. Doesn't really progress us at all, but that's okay. Yep. I could put either of these in just to start attacking, but I don't think I want to do that. I'm guessing at least one of the Wrath of the Skies is on top of their deck. I think we should have ported the island with Wisp. Yeah, I guess I could see that because they're just nowhere close to putting a threat into play. I think now that I haven't, I'm just going to keep this here for at least one more turn. No, they're swords. Okay, yeah, we're going to start attacking. Okay. I'm pretty sure they got rid of at least one Wrath of the Skies here. They binned a Stifle. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to specifically get rid of the planes since it keeps them off of casting Wrath the Skies this turn for 1 to kill the Vile. I don't think there's really any blue spells I'm worried about. Very happy with that. Okay. I can probably start ticking up here at this point, right? Yeah. I have so much removal. I'm going to want to put Yorion in my hand soon. It's got all removal. Okay. Emperor of Bones, I do say. So if they kept a Wrath of the Skies, they can kill Vile this turn. If they kept it, I think they should definitely do it this turn, but we'll see. If they don't, I'm going to think that they just put both Wrath of the Skies back. They shuffle off of the Ponder. Yeah, this looks like Wrath. Cool. What am I getting here? Probably just getting Cauldra. I have lots of removal for Thralls. Yeah, well, it's Cauldra. They've also just used 2 Sword Splashers. Probably shouldn't have bothered keeping Swamp up. I only did it really for appearances, but I'm not sure that we had to. Yeah, we just have all the removal. Got it. I wonder if they were going to flash in a Thrall that I will try to kill. Yeah, I think I agree that there's no reason to broadcast 2 plows. They stifle the Cauldron trigger. Deal. That was like kind of what my thought process was. I think in this scenario we want to be able to hold up to, but I kind of felt like there was not really going to be a punish for not holding up to 2 at that point. Is Stifle enough of a reason to get Battery Skull? I don't think so. We have the Orion in either case. I think we want this as the land more than we want it as the removal, given that we have so much removal. Was that Wasteland number 2? Yeah, it was Wasteland number 2. Okay. We don't know for sure they have a daze. It might have been one the thing they put back with the brainstorm a while ago. Here's the dress down. Okay. I think I want to untap and try to Skyclave it. What's the punish? I guess the punish is if the Skyclave gets like dress downed or something, then we'd have to use the swords, which would play into the days that they potentially have in their hands. If we draw a land, then it's fine, but if we don't, then it's a little iffy. That's yeah. I really want to save this plow if I can, which is why I'm thinking I just untap. Okay, we have yet another way to try to kill one. I think Lauren and Skyclave are basically the same. Sick deal. Okay. That's fine. I don't think that's worth a swords by any stretch of the imagination. You got my Stoneforge. If only we had a second black source, we could Null Drifter right away. But I'll start with an attack. They didn't attack, which means that they probably don't want to trade. Maybe they do. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm fine if they take this trade. All right, works for me. I will actually. Interesting. I guess that doesn't work, does it? It's very funny to think about, though. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna get their Null Drifter here. Oh, right, I forgot. Emperor Bones is only in combat, so it's next turn. It's a very awkward place for a trigger to be. I think that's okay though, because if I want I want the Containment Priest out of play, and if I had played this Emperor of Bones pre-combat, then they may not have traded. It is totally possible that that's like better on the whole because like they're the ones dying right now. But that's okay. Oh, Sanctuary. I think you're content to have a virtual 6 power play versus 11 life if they don't trade. Yeah, probably. We could have exiled the Wrath, but I don't. Maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. This is definitely the first Mystic Sanctuary I've ever seen out of um out of Stifle Knot, so I definitely would not have played with that card in mind. Okay, and like they drew one anyway, so yeah, right. Your Wastelands deck that also wants to play planes sometimes. Man, we don't really have a lot to do, but we sure aren't dying to Dreadnoughts or anything anytime soon. I'll go ahead and cast GT because why not? Okay, deck. Yeah, I think that turn was maybe supposed to be a Grey Ogre turn. Okay, here we go. Now we got something. Yeah, they could stifle the return trigger. As far as I'm concerned, good for them. At least we still have a Wisp in play that's going to kill him. All right, they're Brainstorm locked here. there anything we want to get with the recruiter here? I don't think that's better than just getting GT counters. And I think I'll actually get GT counters with the Wisp because I would rather they have to use the removal on the worst creature. Is that the... That is the third Sword Supply Shares. Have I Flicker Wisp a Witch Enchanter in land mode yet? I have done it once, I think, and it was... I don't even think it was that good. I think it was just like I needed to get like a 2/2 into play, but I did do it, and it was like nice to have the option. Is this Wrath of the Skies for a whole bunch? It'd be for 4? Yeah. So it's 3 Wrath of the Skies so far. They're just killing the Jite. Okay, sure. I'll gain some life. Do they not have... Oh, no, because we literally killed a Phyrexian Dreadnought already, right? Yeah, so it's not like they boarded out Dreadnoughts. I'm gonna recruit for something. I'm wondering if I recruit for like literally wasting in combat so the recruiter. Oh, sure. Yeah, because they could like play a dress down here or something. All right. Well, I'm gonna cast it and then we'll see what happens. Kind of just want to get another Wisp. Have like... Oh yeah, waste them off a Null Drifter. Yeah, okay. I definitely should have done that. Yeah, I'm just going to get another Wisp. Bone Daddy has been alright so far, I would say. Okay, Doorkeeper Thrall is in play. How about this? Cool. Alright. No changes, I believe. Yeah, we're good. Witch Enchanter just to finally cast our 5s. Yeah, I could see that too. This hand is okay. Mom doesn't really do anything, but there's a chance for Wasteland to slow them down, and a Thoughtseize gives us some good info. It's definitely pretty slow. And if they just go like Island Plains again, then it's going to feel pretty bad having this Wasteland. This hand might be too mopey. I'm going to try it though. Tundra Pass. I feel like I'm like 900% wastelanding, right? I guess maybe not. If they stifle... Obviously, I'm going to do it in their upkeep, so like I'm not just going to give them a mana for free. But if we try to wasteland in their upkeep and then they stifle it, what happens then? I'm just like a mana behind for discarding the stifle, which doesn't feel great. Um. Also, I think like the only realistic thing they would do with Tundra Pass is holding up Stifle. So I think I'm supposed to just Thoughtseize first. Especially because I have a swamp in hand to cast it with. Yeah, I'm going to Thoughtseize first. Alright, that's annoying. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is easily, we just take Doorkeeper Thrall, because we can deal with the Stifle. Mm-hmm. Did they leave a Dreadnought on top and they're just going to go Dreadnought Stifle? Yep, okay. Okay, so I guess we play an Emperor Bones. I'm going to fetch for a Plains here right now while they don't have any mana up. Exile Thrall, I guess. I don't know. I don't really want to put anything into play. I don't really want to put that into play or anything, but so yeah, all bones, exile, Thrall, I guess. Next turn, recruit for Solitude, pitch to Mom. And we lose to any counterspell. I guess we lose to most of their interaction, I guess, is actually the answer. But unless we draw, okay. The only we'd have to just draw like a swords or something to play around. So yeah, we're dead to Stifle, we're dead to Dreadnought, or we're dead to Stifle, we're dead to Thrall, we're dead to Dress Down, and I don't think there's really a way around any of that. I think we just go for it. Oh, true. Solitude and End Step does beat Dress Down because we can at least chump block a turn. Oh, I actually should not have done that. So the cool thing about Emperor Bones is that like getting back Solitude is actually huge. But since I already know that they have a swords in hand, I just like exiled the Solitude basically for no reason. And now I really wish I had a Solitude. So I think what we really want to do is go for Yorion here. Yeah. I don't want to risk my Solitude attacking into a Thrall, I don't think. Especially when they're at 31. Like, I don't think that one life is really going to matter. So I'm just going to put Yorion in my hand. It's probably more likely their hand just has nothing, but yeah. Okay. Thank God they didn't have the Stifle. So we could Emperor that this turn and at least Stone Rain them, which seems pretty good, honestly. What do they bring back? The Sanctuary. Is that Stifle? Okay. Okay, they have another land, so Stone Raining them feels not as good. But it might still be the best thing that we can do here. Importantly, while like playing around days, I suppose. Maybe that's just wrong, because if the Yorion gets dazed, I guess they have the Stifle. They probably have the Stifle in their hand right now. Also, we have to keep in mind. Though on 3 cards, they might just need that Stifle to enable their own stuff anyway. I guess there's not really any way that I'm gonna play around Stifle, so yeah, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I am going to play the Yorion. If it gets dazed, I can bring it back with Emperor. If it gets stifled, then at least it's a Stifle they don't have in their hands. Okay, they do have a daze. Another Null Drifter. Okay, that's kind of a problem. Because I know they have the Stifle in hand for this one. They're at least, I guess they won't be tapped out because they can still play the Sanctuary here. Yeah. And what do they get back? Stifle. Okay. Okay, so I think the play here is we're at 4, so we have, or we're at 7 right now, so we have to be careful. I think what I want to do is Emperor of Bones back the Yorion. I probably blink both of them, both the Emperor and the Recruiter, honestly. At least get a Solitude. I'll use Crocus to bounce Yorion into my turn, and if they have a Stifle, we can't beat it with anything that we do anyway, so. I guess there's no reason to. Actually, I could have just wasted this Mystic Sanctuary before I did any of this. Yeah, I should have done that in my draw step. That would have made a lot more sense. All right, Emperor Bones. It's extremely cool. So it seems really unlikely that they have a Stifle. I think they would have used it by now, which means that I'm just going to grab a Solitude right now, and I'm going to pitch the Stoneforge to it and just get this Null Drifter out of here before it can attack me. Okay, we're getting somewhere, chat. We're getting somewhere. This card does some real sick shit, not gonna lie. Alright, I'm a little worried about that. I'm gonna get an Ultra Fruit again. Dreadnought, okay. Well, thankfully, well, no, because they've. This Thrall is now a problem. Can we get a Swords? Alright, I can't get it back anyway because you can only adapt once. Are we just dead then? Stupid Dreadnought. I guess Thrall is really the problem here. We can at least buy one more turn, so I think we should. Sure. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, so I could, if I had correctly blinked this so that I could get the Solitude back, we would We wouldn't even actually no. We could have gotten the Null Drifter back and just traded with it. Yeah. Okay. So that was definitely a mistake. I just needed to. I whoops. I really needed to blink the Emperor. I could have. If I could just adapted the Null Drifter back, we trade with the Dreadnought, and then we get to play the game for a little bit longer. We have a couple draws against this Dreadnought, but that is not one of them. Okay. I mean, Stifle Knot's a really tough matchup. I'm glad it was as close as it was, honestly. Okay, well, this hand does one thing. I think I am going to keep it. It'll be annoying if these Wastelands are bad, but Plains Vile, Stoneforge is one of our best cards in most matchups. Failure state here is not too bad. And my opponent's mulling to 5. They're mulling to 4. They're mulling to 3. Never mind. They're playing Necro. We're dead. They're mulling to 2. We're not dead. I wonder if I'm actually supposed to just try to surveil towards Athalia. Well, I am going to get a Cauldra. We're just fading Dark Ritual as long as we possibly can. Alright, well they get to draw 5 fewer cards, which is pretty important. Deal. Now here's the problem. Actual 0 cards for this matchup. Straight up 0. Actually, that's a lie. We should bring these surgicals in. There we go. Sure. As good a hand as we'll ever have against this deck. F6. Nope. This deck is built with just surrendering this matchup in mind because people are kind of figuring out it's kind of horseshit. It's just kind of bad. Obviously, we'll run into it every now and then I'll be mad. But my opponent's mulling to 3 again, so... I'm a little concerned they might be keeping 3. Yeah, and Trap also, yeah, barely does it. Oh, hell yeah. I swear they didn't play their lands, but, I mean, I'll take it. I mean, I'll tell you, this is literally the first time I have ever had anything like this happen to me. Every other match I've had against this deck, I just got fucking annihilated, and it was not close. It never felt like I even had a choice. I had the exact same thought of, I don't understand the fail rate people are talking about, but I guess it is now happening to me. All right, cool. Phew. Hey Virgo, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. We're doing okay. We lost, I mean, honestly, lost two pretty close matches against matchups I'm not that fond of. Um, but Emperor Bones, we're having a lot of fun with this card, not gonna lie. Oh hell yeah, Stream Decker's back up. I can finally upload this. Hold up. Okay, everyone, the Stream Decker is finally updated. Hell yeah. Shit posting and watching Legacy. Who even needs anything else in life, honestly? There we go. We're playing against Maverick. Ooh. I don't know about this one. I mean, my Vile will resolve, but I'm just worried about when they Green Sun for... I guess we have the swords. Knowing that it's against Maverick, it's like, this is kind of like a 5-card hand, but it's good 5 cards. Yeah, okay, let's just mulligan. Interesting. I think I'm going to keep this. I think I bottom... Maybe they're bottoming the Thoughtseize because I want to get a basic planes with this. Or I bottom the Wisp because it's going to be the hardest card to really use here. I think I'm more likely to draw and be happy with a black source than use this Wisp, so I'll go with this. Probably the biggest punish for putting the Wisp on the bottom is drawing like a Solitude. He asks, why is my life full of D&T players? Okay. I did not need you, Cauldra, but okay. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Eat your lands and attack. My hand is now essentially empty, but oh boy, we're gonna fight? No, we're not gonna fight. No, we are gonna fight. Got it. Okay, this is a really nice draw. Joven Joey, thank you so much for the follow. That startled me. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with the Sash, I think. I don't really want to spend more than 1 mana, but representing the second means that they can't really block. Now let's cast the Stoneforge. Yeah, we played against Necro, and they mulled to 2 and then mulled to 3 and died very handily both times. So, worked out well for us. I'm just going to go ahead and eat their lands while they're tapped out, because they're more likely to just have some green mana floating around that they aren't using. And I would just like to make sure my Sash stays big. Very happy to see them spending mana on Once Upon a Time. It's like my favorite thing. So when we get into turn 4 against Maverick and they spend 2 mana on a cantrip. Okay, don't love that. That's not great. I will take 3. Hopefully draw like basic. I'd be happy with like almost any land. Might actually be any land I would be happy with. Hey, what do you know? I really wish that this was a Flicker Wisp instead. Oh well. We'll start with a Cauldron. Thespian Stage, yeah, okay, so going for Dark Depths. Another reason to want to wish I had Wisp over Thoughtseize. They have another lands? Yep, there they go. So I am... Interesting. Any land here? Okay, there we go. I was going to say, what... Any lands actually forces the Merit Lage to block the Cauldron, which would be pretty sick. Because that has moved the Sash over to the... reconfigure the Sash to the Germ, give it pro green so that Merit Lage is the only blocker that keeps them from just dying. Unfortunately, we have to do something that's a lot less fun than that, which is just pitching this Solitude. wonder if I'm even supposed to be holding up the mana to put in Jite versus just making the sash bigger. Maybe at 18, dealing 10 every turn. It's quite a bit. Yeah, now with these reclaimers being so big, I think I'm getting more value out of just keeping the reclaimers small. Magic's pretty tough. I don't know how we do it. I'm just gonna take it. Solitude Ooze plus... Oh yeah, you're right. I could have just done that. Pro Black, Sash, Attack. Yeah, because that's representing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. Pro Black on the Sash means they... Yeah, okay, yep. That's a neat one that I had not encountered before. Alright, yeah, this Sash just has to get large. Okay, this is basically forcing them to scoos the lands that I target, so the Sash won't get any bigger, unfortunately, but that's still them scoosing their own lands out of their yard. Oh, sure. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm not worried about that. I can finally Thoughtseize. I'm guessing the last card in their hand is a Swords to Plowshares that my mom is dealing with anyway, so I feel like I'm more likely to just get another Plans or Surveil, honestly. So, what am I attacking with? If I attack with Sash, I can just reconfigure to make a blocker, which is pretty good. But I guess I probably want to make these Reclaimers 1/2s this turn, which means that I guess the math is better on attacking with Sash than... No, I'm not. I'm trying to attack. Because it's just literally dealing more damage, and I don't think... They're not in a position to really be blocking yet, so... I could just go right up to 7, 7 here. Is that better than surveilling? 7/7 would put them to 12, attacking with Sash plus Cauldra with threat and lethal next turn. I think that's actually a good enough reason. Getting a Plains there might be the cowardly thing to do, but hey Mike, how's it going? Deal. Alright, so they can turn on their Reclaimers again. But that's okay, because they have to tap a Reclaimer to do it, unless they drew like exactly a fetch land here. Okay. Cool. My cowardice paid off. You know, I love that for them. If I draw a land here, I just get to GT them, and then they explode. That is not a land, unfortunately. Um, yeah, I'm just going to start with this. I feel like a chump block is pretty reasonable, yeah. I'm just going to hold up all my mana. I'm almost certainly putting in GT this time because there's clear rewards for doing so. I think holding up the mana for the sash is going to be more important than casting the Vile. Curious what land they even get here. I feel like they're out of fancy lands. Cradle. That sure does something, huh? Oh yeah, I guess once I'm in the I should attack with Cauldron once we're in the spot where they're likely to be chump blocking anyway. Yeah. Oh, eating Reclaimer instead of the land. I think I would rather the Reclaimer just stay as a 1/2 until they activate it again. I don't know. I don't think I'm worried about them gaining a single life. This looks like a green sun that's probably happening. Green sun for 2. Sure. That's probably for I guess I had 1 held down. I didn't realize. So this is probably going to be for a collector oof, and we'll be sad because we can't GT or sash or Vile. Basically turns off all our stuff that matters. But if they do that, we're still just like kind of hitting them with this Cauldron, which is pretty bad. Okay. Outland Liberator. So I guess I'm not going to bother with GT then. So I'm just going to exile some lands from my yard while they're still here. They can just counter skews them, that's fine. I go to 13. Are they just dead? No, they're not dead. That 1 life is actually going to end up mattering here. Oh no, because the Liberator actually protects them anyway, so never mind. I was thinking I could move Sash over to the Cauldra, and then that would kill them, just giving pro green. But the Outland Liberator can kill the Sash if we reconfigure, which means that is not on the table. Let's see. You can activate Mom on Sash, then GT them if they pop. That's kind of neat. That doesn't kill them though, right? Like, I think if we try to Mom Sash, they just let it resolve. Yeah, I'm thinking I would rather have a Sash than a GT anyway. Also, yeah, we can only +2. Yeah, we're going GT mode. It's annoying how much better this Thoughtseize would have been as a Flicker Wisp this game. Well, we are winning the race against this Birds of Paradise, if nothing else. And next turn, if we move the Sash over, that's going to be 12 trampling damage versus 9 life. They're going to have to lose at least like 3 creatures. And then I can just, even if, regardless of what I draw, I can just unconfigure Sash to block after that. I can Mom it for lethal, but there's risks involved with that. Okay, now there's not risks involved with that. There we go. Okay, cool. Cards that I want include Sash, Cage, Priest, Paths. I don't want these Thalias or this Loran. There's an option to go for White Orchid Phantom, although I don't think it's a very good one. I don't really see anything that we're really desperate to cut. Yeah, just resubmit. Or not resubmit, but you know what I mean. Sand is alright. You can keep it. It's a little slow on the draw specifically. That makes me feel a little bit better. Ooh, that makes me feel a lot better. You're just passing, huh? Alright, works for me. Yeah, go ahead. Just chilling, huh? I think I just played the priest. I don't know. I didn't really expect this. Am I getting opposition agent? Yeah, okay, that's fine. That explains what they've been holding up their mana for. Mr. Bones has been pretty solid so far, not gonna lie. I've been pretty happy. Another one of those. Okay. I'll pass. It was we've played our matchups were Esper Vile, where it had the chance to do things, but my opponent just like kept Satoru scamming me and it didn't go well. We played against Stifle Knot, where it could have getting back a Null Drifter should have won a game because I would have been able to triple block a Dreadnought. That didn't happen, even though it should have. But yeah, it's been doing some cool stuff. Oh, is this going to be a Green Sun Zenith? Hell yeah. Let's go. He says unfair. I love that it's X equals 2 exactly, so we don't even have to worry about Grist. I would love a Solitude, thank you. We need more lands for it, obviously, but that's okay. Goodbye. I have not gotten to Containment Priest scam anybody in a while. There we go. All right, let's close it out. 3-2. 3-2. Come on. I can do it. I can do it. This hand has... This hand is not great, but I think I'm going to keep it. Also double queuing in the Modern Challenge. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I specifically haven't really been paying attention to when I wish that Emperor of Bones was a Bowmaster. Um, but I think the fact that I have not been keeping track is probably at least somewhat emblematic of the fact that I haven't really wanted Bowmaster very much so far. I think the only there might have been a spot against in the Esper Vile match where I wish I had Bowmaster, but I legit don't remember. All right, there we go. Boggart Bog, huh? I don't love that. Pitches Entomb to cast Grief. Never heard of it. And then my moto crashed. There we go. Yeah, you got me. I'm going to start with, apparently tonight we're going to start with Grief and we're going to end with Grief. No, please don't take forever because you're dual queuing in a challenge. Come on. You just cast this Grief. There we go. Goodness. Goodbye, Mr. Bones. Oh, I'm getting oopsed. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Okay. The other problem child of Grief right now. Assume it's going to be nothing particularly shocking, but let's take a quick peek. Oh god, I don't even know what to look for anymore. Yeah, a bunch of pact negations. One Thassa's Oracle. I don't see a single thing that's good against. No, there's no backup plan, at least not in the main deck. They just they go for Dread Return. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Yes. Yes to all these. Yes to this. And then this is a pile of maybes. They will probably will board in Belchers, and I'll just eat shit to that instead. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. We will see. Um, they have like literally no interaction for permanents, so mom is like pointless. Maybe I just don't board in the second sash, given that probably boarding into Belchers. White Orchid over Emperor. I could see that. But yeah, I guess they're never putting a card in their graveyard until they're killing me anyway, right? So yeah, never mind. Um, and I just trim a plow probably. Seems a good as good a deck as any. Funny if we Thoughtseize Spy and then Emperor. That would be incredibly funny. Unplayable. Just barely playable. This one is whoo PU. But it does technically get there. Is there a single card that I can? Oh, right. I just have to take their land, right? I think I take their land. It's literally the only thing that stops them from killing me next turn. Yeah. Fucking all right. Sure. I know you have 12 of them, but still, come on. It's like kind of messed up how immune to a Thoughtseize this hand is. It's like actually kind of fucked up. Yeah, they didn't even board into Belcher. They just killed me with their killed me with. They just resubmitted and killed me anyway. Well, that was stupid. We want Leyline there, not against Scam, unfortunately. Okay, Baltro, what's up? Well, that sucked. what a shitty way to end it. Um, what did we learn? Mr. Bones kind of cooking, not gonna lie. I think the things that I felt like it did, one of the nicest things it did literally was just like be a thing that we can do on turn 4 using all of our mana, because that's something that just like doesn't happen a lot. um it sure, I don't know, just threatens to do a lot, and is another X2 that you can play. So like there aren't that many Bowmasters around right now anyway, but it's at least like a little bit harder to deal with. um yeah, I don't know, this card's cool, I like it. I'm gonna keep playing with it. um I'm probably gonna start keeping at least closer track of like when I would wish that it was Bowmasters again. I don't think that really happened today. um but I will. I think it's, it's just important for the playtesting to keep it in mind. We didn't learn anything about this graveyard configuration against Scam because, of course, didn't play against it. We only played against a different Grief matchup where we absolutely 4 trillion% needed Leyline or would die. So, what are you gonna do? I think that's it. We'll play a pretty similar list on Sunday. Um, we'll see if I make any changes at all. I don't know. We'll see. Um, I think we'll just go to this whole screen right here. Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for checking me out. If you're new, I really appreciate you finding me. I hope you enjoyed it. I stream every Thursday and Sunday, starting at 9 Eastern, always playing some form of Legacy, Death, and Taxes. Basically always. Only a few exceptions to that rule. You can find me on Twitter. I have a Patreon with a bunch of articles. If you missed any of this VOD and want to check it out, it'll be uploaded to YouTube overnight. And that's my usual spiel. So thanks for hanging out, everybody, and I will see you next time.